This is good.
We can do goofball stuff as we go. I can always cut all
Yeah.
this shit out. Okay.
Okay.
Very cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first cast for Waiting for It. And I'm Chris Huff.
And I'm Samantha Klessinger.
And we're just a little bit about what we're doing. We're talking about weight loss and different options that are available. There's all kinds of things to talk about. So we want to have an open discussion that's ongoing, that just encompasses all options available to the obese category and anyone overweight who's looking to lose weight. We're looking at medication, we're looking at different programs, we're looking at everything that's available to you. And I thought we would start today with just a little introduction about who we are. And I'll pass that over to Sam just so that she can tell you a little bit about herself.
Yeah, absolutely. So hello, everyone. My name is Samantha Klessinger, and I am a resident of a southwest suburb of Chicago. I will be 34 next month, so I am currently 33 years old. But myself, I am currently on a weight loss journey, like thousands and millions of other people in this country. So I actually found a new medication a couple months ago, and so been taking it, been loving it. I'll share some more details in a second. But I started off on my weight loss journey, I think like everyone else, tried so many different things in the past, so many different diets, so many different medications as well, and nothing has seemed to work. And so I personally have a binge eating disorder on top of it. So it's kind of a double whammy. Like my body won't let me lose weight, and then my brain will not let me lose weight. So before I started this current weight loss medication, I started off at 332.4 pounds. I am down to 310.2 pounds. So 22.2 pounds in 9 full weeks of using this medication. But the medication that I am taking is called Mounjaro. A lot of people have probably heard of it. Some people probably have not heard of it yet. We'll talk more about Mounjaro later on. But the question that I get most often is, why did I start this medication? And for me personally, with my family's medical history, it's not good, to say the least. So my mom and dad both had type 2 diabetes. They both had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. They have both had open heart surgeries. My dad actually passed away in 2019 due to complications with his diabetes. So I am doing everything that I can to prevent my family from going down the road that I went through as a child, especially now that I have 2 kids. It's super important for me just to live as long and healthy as I can. So one of my ultimate goals, I think, with my weight loss journey is just getting down to a weight where is sustainable for myself. And again, just trying my hardest to prevent from myself getting other chronic illnesses down the road. And so my ultimate goal is going to be, I think, 200 pounds. So I have a little bit over, I have 110 pounds left to go, but we're just getting started. So that's a little bit about myself. And throughout this podcast, you're going to learn more about me as we go along. But yeah, that's about me. So Chris, would love to know more about you.
Well, I live in the Atlanta area, just south of Atlanta, what we call Lake Country. There's a lot of lakes south of the city. 53 years old. I started this weight loss journey I guess it's been about 3 months ago. I started at about 203 pounds, lost 10 pounds, and got stuck. Went to my doctor, who notoriously, a lot of doctors, my doctor was no exception, asked me to move more and eat less, and that just wasn't working for me. So I had a heart with him. If he was going to be the future doctor I was going to be working with, or someone that had a little bit more experience with obesity, because I was having serious complications. Sam and I are going to show some photos of us from when we started, which is going to be a little vulnerable for us, a little triggering maybe for me. I don't know about you, Sam.
Yes, no, for sure.
A little bit triggered to see those pictures, but it's true to who we were. So the whole point is that we have experienced this entire journey, and it's important for us to kind of be out there out front and to try to change these things. But my starting weight was 203, lost 10 pounds, started at 193 when I got to Mounjaro, which is the same drug that Sam's using, and I've now lost a total of just right at 24 pounds. I've lost mostly it's the inches off my weight, Sam. That's just absolutely just the greatest thing for me. Clothes fitting better, feeling healthier, no more ambulance trips to the hospital. It's
Oh
just
no.
it's a lot better life. So I my whole goal originally was to live. This was a life or death situation for me, and I needed to do something. So when I found Mounjaro, that was the drug that worked for me finally, and I'd never been on a weight loss drug before. So it's really has changed my life. That's why I originally started taking it. Ultimately, I want to get down to about 170. I'm happy to say that I've lost about a little more than 7% body fat, so or body mass rather. So I'm down to a comfortable weight and only have 9 pounds to go for my goal. So I have a little shorter journey than a lot of people have, but it was for medical reasons and for survival reasons in my particular case. So did I miss anything in there, Sam? I don't know if I missed anything that we
No,
were.
I don't think so. I think you hit everything. So yeah.
Awesome. So just a little bit, we're going to talk about, the journey, what's to come, what we're doing, and we're going to kind of see where this goes. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll be right back. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment just to say an additional thank you for being here and for supporting our page. We would love it if you would like and subscribe and ring the bell so that I get notifications for all of our new podcasts that are coming out. This just gets the word out to more people to find our channel and to get this information to people who truly need it. So if you've been in a weight loss journey yourself, you understand how critical some of this information can be. A lot of this information wasn't available to us, so we want to make sure that we pay it forward and actually help other people that are coming up the ranks and who are looking to lose weight as well. So this should be an easier process than it is. There's a lot of bad information out there, but there's also a lot of good information, and that's our whole goal, is getting that to you. The stigma around obesity is probably at its highest point it's been in quite some time and getting worse. We want to do our part in changing that. So that's the whole point of this podcast. So liking, subscribing, following us on our other channels. I'm going to list our usernames on TikTok. That's where a lot of us met. That's probably where a lot of you are coming from. So if you've seen me or Sam on TikTok, we do a lot of lives there. We do those individually. We do those together. I think that our mission mutually, even before we met, has been to help others. That has been the primary goal of this, and to get the information, the right information to people. Whereas the current move more and eat less status quo is not going to be sustainable. We're looking for sustainable change, and I think that's what we want to accomplish with this podcast. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for telling others about this, and for doing your part in changing the stigma around obesity. We know who we are and we know who we are not. We just need to tell the world that.
All right, so let's dive in and really just talk about what this podcast is going to be about. So again, you know that Chris and I are on our weight loss journeys. We are taking weight loss medication. And since we've started this journey, we've noticed that weight loss medication really isn't talked about very much. You see all the programs out there, you see all the different diets out there, all the exercise programs, but you don't really see or hear about people on weight loss medication, because it is still taboo. I think both Chris and I have experienced with our own primary doctors how taboo it is, and how sometimes doctors can be very much so like not willing to help people who have obesity. And so this podcast is to really shed light on the different options that you have if diet and exercise don't work for you. There's other avenues that you can go about to ultimately get to where your goal is. And so hopefully him and I can share some knowledge. We're going to bring on some special guests. We're going to bring as much knowledge as we can to this podcast, and just really kind of walk you through our journey and answer any questions that you have as well. So Chris is going to tell us a little bit about the structure of the podcast and when you can expect episodes.
Yeah, so it's kind of an exciting way we're doing this because it's a little bit different from most video podcasts, is that we're actually going to have kind of 3 shows in this, which is kind of I think that's just kind of a neat way of doing it. It's kind of like we're kind of coming together one day a week to talk, just this conversation, because Sam and I are such good friends and we've met over this entire period that we've been in. Like, we're new friends, but it's like we're old friends all of a sudden because we have so much in common with this, right? So we'll have the show together where we'll have these type of conversations, and then Sam will have her own day that she'll put out her own content, which she'll cover some of the things that we cover, the women's issues and different interviews that you want to do, right? And then I'll be interviewing some men, just to bring some men into the circle, because that's a little difficult for a lot of guys to really talk about weight loss. We need to figure out why and try to address that to get more men into this mix, because men die at a faster rate than women, and a lot of it is due to heart disease and a lot of the problems that are stemming from obesity. So I'd like to get those in. So I'll be doing some men. I'll be doing some other interviews as well. Sam will be interviewing quite a few people. Between the two of us, we've got who we have? We have nurses, we have nutritionists, we have hopefully doctors. I think we've got a couple of doctors we're talking to right now as well. We've got a therapist that deals with weight loss already that's on board with us, and several people at every different level of their weight loss journey, beginning, middle, and hopefully we'll have quite a few ends here as well. All right, so that's all we've got for today. Just a very short podcast to get to know us kind of episode. And Sam, what else do we need to tell them?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have any topics that you want us to cover, if you want us to bring somebody specific on to the podcast, if you have any questions, you can get a hold of us if you just email weightingforitpodcast@gmail.com. So that's weightingforitpodcast@gmail.com. That's how you can get a hold of us. And then since you know more about us, I'm going to ask you a question. What are you waiting for? Go ahead, subscribe, and hit that bell so that way you know when new episodes drop every single week.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining us. This has been wonderful. I can't wait to get to know more of you. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Tell us what you'd like. Email us, whichever you're comfortable with. If you'd like to let us know wherever, what you'd like to see, what you like today, what you'd like to know more about. We're here for you, and we want to make this a forum for everyone. So thank you again for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next week. Thanks so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.